thinking. I'm like generating that from like it actually me seeing it.
But from the clients that you've actually dealt with,
Right?
So it's a small portion of
right
compared to what's going on in the world. That's what I'm saying. So his perspective,
right.
his experience can be totally different from somebody else's. Right? His experience with women over 40, that then what you call them is just like, oh well, you just left out. You know what I mean? But somebody that's just reaching 40 years old, they might be at the pivotal moment of their life. They done bypassed all the baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Right.
They probably done got their businesses locked in. They done said, okay, I'm just going to live this single life until somebody come along that matches my frequency, then that's what I'm going to do. That lady might find somebody at 41 years old. Now they about to live the rest of their life together, but somebody else deemed her as trash.
UrbanLife.tv, UrbanLife.tv, UrbanLife.
They ain't supposed to be at the podcast. They out shopping. Look at this shit.
TV, up close and personal. Live.
Get out.
He ain't got the ball right now, you feel me? And he go to the rack every time.
Go to the rack. I go to the rack like Kyrie. I spin like this day.
Just tune in when I tell you to. Be ready like Wednesday afternoon. Ooh, life is simple, but life is mental. Where's your mental? Where's your talent and the gift God sent you? Don't be silent, don't be...
Yeah. Welcome to UrbanLife.tv, underground rap, business and news life.tv. We here. Another episode 36. I'm Buck Doctors, you know what I mean? The doctor without the doctrine. And hey, man, we ain't got Smooth in this joint, but got a new host, man, you know what I mean?
Hello.
Who told you to speak? Say
Whoa,
that.
what is this? Are we doing speak unless spoken to? Like,
no, do your thing. I'm fucking with you. Welcome, baby. Introduce yourself.
hey everybody, my name is Syria. I also go by Amore. It's like an old model name that my designer gave me when I was younger. So I can go by either Syria Amore or just Syria.
Right. Oh, so that go together.
Yeah, Syria Amore.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like just put the two together.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey man, welcome. What made you want to come join us, Nut Nudes? I mean, what I say, Nut Nudes? I mean, Nut Dudes, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, someone reached out to me. You reached out to me, but I got a lot of things that I want to talk about here. So,
Okay.
you know, some information that I feel like need to go out into the world. So I'm like, why not?
That's dope. Yeah, I reached out, you know what I mean? I don't know why, but I just felt the spirit or something, you know what I mean? And it moved me to, ask if you have a podcast. You like, no, but we're going to do this thing, right?
Yeah.
So, we here, man, and welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Little prehistory, like we've been looking for a woman for a minute, right? And like people I got okays from and I was psyched about it, but then on the day of, there was just like no call, no show. You know what I'm saying? So, one up for you from the rep for even coming. So you here, you know what I'm saying? And you kept your word. I'm strong on keeping word, you know what I mean? I try not even to speak about things that I ain't going, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as we mature and get older, right, you want to be able to increase that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, the rites of passage is gone from our community's culture. And, man, we would be so much farther with the rites of passage if we'd have kept that in our tradition. But anyway, I'm drifting. But yeah, Welcome again, man, and I thank you for keeping your word. Like I say, so I want you to get into like a little bit about yourself, a little history, a little background, where you from in the city. You know what I'm saying? And anything else you want to add?
Okay. I was born and raised in West Philly.
Right.
Went to college at Virginia State and also graduated from Westchester University with my bachelor's in sociology. I'm real into the community. I was a dance teacher in my community. I did a couple of programs like Dream and City Year in my community and things like that. So I'm really about the people, for the people.
Right.
And I was just recently a victim advocate for the Salvation Army. I did almost a year there, and I was also a residential aide for sex trafficking victims and victims of sex work or survivors of sex work, if that's what you want to call it.
Sex work meaning prostitution?
Yeah, we try
Okay.
not to use that word, but yeah, for most people, that's the popular word. So prostitutes, yeah.
Right.
But we're not going to offend nobody, so I'm going to say here that I don't use the word prostitutes. I use either sex work, and if that's also offensive, you know, whatever line of work you choose to say that you do.
Right. But you wouldn't feel more offended by sex worker than prostitute?
You never know. It's just on a case-to-case basis.
I'm
For
asking
me
you, though.
personally,
Yeah. You.
no, I think prostitute. I think it's what comes behind it in our community. That's why
Okay.
I think prostitute is more offensive. Like sex work, if that's what I do, then that's what I do. Like
Right. Sex
not me
is your
personally,
work.
but if that's what you do, that's what you do, you know?
But sex is your work. And
Yeah. Like we're gonna put it out there when you say like a porn star, like what are
right.
they doing? That's actually sex work too. So
let me see. But a bartender can't at a strip club can't. That's not sex work.
no,
'Cause
not a
she not
bartender unless
performing.
she's giving sexual services or
Favors,
something like that.
alright.
Yeah, no.
Cool. My fault. I just wanted to clear it up because you know
Mm-hmm.
when we speak, like, you know, we speaking, but we speaking to an audience too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to be clear about things. That's all. I just wanted you know what I mean? Not that we gonna use those words or not honor your accent. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. But me personally, I just don't use the words prostitutes. Some people don't even find it offensive, honestly. So it depends on like a case to case basis for real. But I want to put this out there now that we're talking about it. Anyone underneath the age of 18, if they are engaging in any type of sexual acts to where as though they are making money for it or somebody else is making money off of it for them, is automatically deemed as sex trafficking and not sex work. So the law can be involved in that. Anybody that's underneath the age of 18.
Word.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's new in effect.
No, this is not. This came with the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, and I don't want to go off and say the exact date, but I can come back online with that when that was brought about. But I think that was solidified a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, back when it first came about.
Right.
Any child or teen underneath the age of 18 is automatically considered a trafficking victim. Because, you know, at that young age, you can't really make those choices for yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
it
I know you want to
depends
say
on
it.
what we. No, because you know it just be depending on like what it is, right? Because like certain things under 18, they'll charge you
Yeah.
if you. So kids was wrestling, do a wrestling move, kill the other kid. He's charged with an adult. So you wasn't cognizant enough to make that decision. You feel what I'm saying? But still, it's murder, and they put it on you. You know what I'm saying? But then when it come to like certain Jones, they like make laws and do different things. So, you know, and for me, you know, because of the community we come from and how we come up and grow, I just be thinking we need our own Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because like these laws don't be like, you know what I mean, for us. or by
Tell
us.
me about it.
So, if we wasn't in the room to make them, it's like, then I feel like they was made for us. Like, why weren't we in that room?
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't get a vote, you know what I'm saying, on what made sense? Because, like, a lot of it don't even be making sense, you know what I mean? And I'm not no advocate for the other side or nothing like that, you feel me? I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, underage and shit, it's pick and choose what law applies and all of that type of stuff. But yeah, man, oh my God, we appreciate that even type of work. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, it don't get talked to enough about. And like, as I was just saying about us growing up in the hood, right? Like how you learn about sex.
It's everywhere.
You
On
get what I'm
TV.
saying? And it's not correctly presented.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it leaves rooms for all this other stuff to occur. You know what I mean? And so, along with awareness of the sex trafficking ring and everything like that, and those laws that apply, I think we should. But I want to do a whole episode on just sex education, period, because
That'd be dope.
man, I think that'll delete a lot of things of things happening like this. But like that's beautiful. VA to Westchester, a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sorry. I went from VA to Miami. So
Okay.
I did city year in Miami, and then I came back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You faking it. How you look like that and you did all that?
Wait, what?
You look young is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I'm always look young. I'm Venus and Aquarius. I'm into astrology. Venus and Aquarius. I'm
Okay.
gonna always look young.
Right.
It's just gonna be a thing.
Beautiful. Yeah, so that I don't, ladies don't like the age thing. But like you started 21 or straight
By the way,
out of-
thank you. That was a compliment. Thank
Absolutely,
you. Thank you.
yeah. Don't forget that it was smooth like that. But yeah, 21 you started straight out of school, or not straight out of school. 18 would be straight out of school, right?
Mm-hmm. No, so I kind of like did everything slowly at my own pace. I went off to college at Virginia State University. Shout out to the Trojans. Yeah, I went there in 2010. So I was about 19 going on 20 when I started college.
Okay.
And then I took off after my first 6 semesters and decided to go to Miami.
Okay.
And I did a city year there, and then I came back home and just started kind of like going to school and working in my community. So, and from there, children, work, But
Yeah.
like you said, I always look young. It's the Venus and Aquarius. I just got to eat right,
Yeah.
Eat right, treat your body right.
I'm
Black
just-
don't crack.
I'm just learning that out. I got like a retarded thing, right? So I know these words is like crazy, but apologize if anybody get offended by anything. You know what I mean? I'm just used to saying certain words because of where I'm from. So apology ahead of time, though. You know what I'm saying?
Apologizing ahead of time.
Right. Damn, that threw me off now. Where was I at? That's my guy over there. You know what I mean? I'm still it's like that. No, but I got this thing like I'm my third eye and all that is like hella crazy, you feel me? But like I don't be eating good and nothing. Like I'm really just getting to be like forcing myself to drink water, you feel me? Because like if you don't grow up with it, like now I'm trying to do it, it would be taste like, you feel me? And the ignorance always come with the taste. It's like, if it don't taste good, niggas ain't fucking with it, but you know what I'm saying? Versus what's good for you, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to get to the what's good for you. But it's like, ooh, it be, you know what I'm saying? It's like not eating pork for like 20 years and then eating pork.
Ooh.
That shit'll
See,
make
I never
you
ate
spit up,
pork,
right?
so I don't know.
Yeah, so imagine you just start eating pork right now. Like, that'll probably fuck your
I
stomach
did once,
up.
yeah, and I got real sick.
Yeah. So that's how I feel for me. But, you know, I'm going to force myself through it because it's better.
Gotta
You know
throw
what I
some
mean?
lemon, some mint up in there, maybe some
That's what they
cucumbers.
say.
Yeah, throw some stuff up in there. Spice it
I
up.
just found this smart water. Glacier smart water. Ain't that what it? Glacier. No. All right. Smart water. It was called, they got the pineapple kiwi. Oh my God. That hit different. Like, and I'm thinking like,
water?
huh?
Is that alkaline water? The Glacier Smart Water?
I think it is. It do got something. It enhances something. It got some stuff in it. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it's alkaline. But this other water from the Hawaii, man, I just was looking at that. My man, he had like a spades game at his crib, and he had bottles of them Jones. Now I'm like, this guy be my man. This guy is like, you know what I mean? Because I found out the price of them. I was like, yo, he buy cases of these junk, $40 a case. You get me? What I'm saying? Like, so, you know, you go to the store, Poland Springs, there, you know what I'm saying? $4 or $5 a case, 24 of them. He getting 24 for $38.99. That's a damn.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's dedication.
Right. And then, like, we at the spade games, and you thirsty? You giving them to people in your house. I was
You got
shocked.
money.
You get you know where I'm coming from, because I'm not giving out what my Waikiki is called. Walakai. It's like WAI.
Waikiki would be in my basement. Because ain't nobody drinking Waikiki if it costs that
You
much.
hear me? Shh. I'm like, but he put everybody on, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he get a discount for doing it, because like, I want a case now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm buying cases.
I'm
you know what I
interested. I
mean?
want to taste it now.
That,
because,
I'm
like,
buying cases.
It better be.
You say what? Is it good water? Listen, Google it, right? And then look. All right. No, I'm saying look at the cases and then stroll down though, and then look at the people responses. Woman was saying the same thing I was saying. Like, all my life I ain't never drink water. I started drinking water and make my stomach or my body feel. She said I had this Waikiki water, and like I mispronouncing it terribly. So, you know what I'm saying? You got the John, the degree. You probably could spell it out. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah. So. She like, yeah, you know, I start drinking this Walakai water, right? And she like,
Wakia, that's what I
it's
want to
so
say.
tasty. It's
That's a
like,
girl from the hood. That's Wakia. That's what we gonna call it.
you feel me? But she from the island, you know what I mean? Hawaii or whatever. It's volcanic water. Yeah, naturally alkaline, 100%. Upcycle bottles, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it's pretty decent, man. And if you want water to transition from, like not drinking water, and you want to drink water with nice taste and don't bother you and all of that, this is the best goddamn water. You know what I'm saying?
Stack your coins and keep it in your basement.
You
Cause
feel
ain't nobody
me?
drinking that if it costs $40
And
a case.
you know. Y'all got to send me something for that. Send me a case. You feel me? I just want a case. I sponsor you. You know what I mean? Just send me a case every week. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, what we got, Smith? Was you finished with your introduction? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was all good.
I think so.
We'll get into you know, knowing you even farther. Once we get into stuff, now we can start seeing how you think, you know what I'm saying? Everything like that. So, you know, let's get into it. You gonna get a name too?
Get a name.
like a little intro. You say I'm Buck Doctors, you know what I mean? A doctor without the doctorate. That's my little.
Okay, I hear you. I'm coming with some fire.
So you got a little homework from the homework. You know what I'm saying? Well, what we got, Smith?
Start with the underground.
Yeah.
We got Kevin Samuels, Deaf.
Oh man, that's first.
Yeah, that's first, man.
That was Jazz. Jazz was the good. Rest well to the brother. You know what I mean? It's tragic that like soon as a death come, you know, whatever like that person was doing, it might surround you with like some negativity or what have you, and then you miss the whole thing of wishing he rest well. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when it come out, like I ain't never see nobody death like this come with like a lot of stank. Yeah, I ain't seen the stank.
I mean, he was a controversial figure, so like.
So you feel it too?
I mean, I don't feel no stank or nothing, but when you go out there and you know, basically bashing a whole set of black women, like you gonna get that bash when you turn around. So I'm not saying, you know, he deserved anything, but it's going to be some stank up in there on the background because.
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, you know, in cases like that, it's strange, right? But not strange in a scientific way, but like strange in like the way we think as humans, right? Because like when you got a situation like that, most of his followers are women. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like to say he like bashing them, but there's a lot of women that like support and honor what he talking about. They always like. Well, it's women that jump on the live with him and that he talking to.
Yeah, but it's different types of women, though. So some women might agree with him. Some women might not agree with him. But we all have to say that it's a fact that he's bashing a subset of women, a category of women. It might not be the ones that's agreeing with him, but he's still bashing a category of women.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. No, you're not. Let me hear what you got to say. You said you guess. Like, what?
No, because it's like, you know, when it comes to like women, right? Can you honor the truth?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that man telling the truth.
He's telling the truth, but he's also
view of the
bashing.
Elephant. Not.
He's literally telling a whole subset
like,
of women that you are not nothing once you basically reach a certain age and you have children.
And that's what I want you to know. Because when you got it in your head to like, when you got it in your head that this is what's going on, then that's kind of like false hope. And I'm like kind of like your father that's not going to tell you what your friends like or what you want to hear and but I'm telling you the real deal. Like, if he's saying like you get to a certain age, right, and you might have missed your joint, or I think it was like maybe the term was a little stank, leftovers or something like that at 40 or above. I think he said stuff like that. I can't really, you know what I mean, agree with him on, but like. When it comes to like certain stuff, but he's up there to know. You know what I'm saying?
From perspective,
his perspective and like his experience. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So say if I'm a doctor and a lot of women come to me, I'm not just generating that from my thinking. I'm like generating that from like it actually me seeing it.
But from the clients that you've actually dealt with.
Right.
So it's a small portion of
right.
compared to what's going on in the world. That's what I'm saying. So his perspective, his experience can be totally different from somebody else's, right? His experience with women over 40 that then is just like, oh, well, you just left out. You know what I mean? But somebody that's just reaching 40 years old, they might be at the pivotal moment of their life. They done bypassed all the baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Right.
They probably done got their businesses locked in. They done said, okay, I'm just going to live this single life until somebody come along that matches my frequency, then that's
Right.
what I'm going to do. That lady might find somebody at 41 years old. Now they about to live the rest of their life together, but somebody else deemed her as trash because she was 40 years old. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's all about perspective. I'm not saying that for him that might not be true, but for everybody, I feel like whether you vibing low, whether you vibing high, it's somebody for you at that level. So you can't say like, oh, you trash if you 40 and you don't have no children, you know what I mean? Or you have
Right.
children, and you can't go around just saying that. Like for you, that might be your experience. Like that's how you feel. Then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get no 40-year-old woman, or maybe you might just for your karma, so she can mess your head up because it drives me crazy when guys just think that they could just like totally speak on everything about women as if they have all the answers. And it's just like, your perspective.
Right.
Your experience. Stop
it's
projecting that
true.
onto the world. I
I'm
feel like
saying
some
it's
guys
true.
and girls agree with
When
it
he's talking
and gives
about-
him that fire.
No, I mean, that's beautiful and it was well said, everything, but it don't delete truth. And that's what he be trying to say. And I don't think he had enough time to like explain it correctly.
It's not truth
'Cause
though.
he
I just
always was
explained
in
that that's not
defense.
truth, because the truth
No, it
is
is.
that
Listen to
40-year-old
what he's
that could have
saying.
been.
He's saying leftovers, right? What's leftovers? And that's what
So
I'm
if that's
saying.
the case, we are leftovers.
No, that's my point.
If that's the case, we are
That's
leftovers.
the point.
So he a leftover too.
He probably is.
Because wasn't he married
He
before?
didn't- yeah.
So he's a leftover too.
Exactly. But
But did he come out saying that though?
no.
Did he come out saying I'm a leftover? And it come out from
It would've
so if you
probably-
come from that perspective, like if you come from, that's just like a leader. Like you can't lead people by saying, oh, you this, that, and the third. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you have to do better. You this, that, and the third. You a better leader if you say, listen, I came from this. I am. If he came out and said, I am the leftover, okay, so I understand you ladies. You get what I'm saying? Then I would say that he's not bashing and just trying to project his own feelings and experiences onto everybody else. But I mean, listen, that's just my opinion. Hey,
Man, it is. You know what I mean? But that's what we deal with. You feel me? So, cause what's real?
everything that we see is an illusion. Everything's an illusion.
And that's
if
what
you
I
want to
mean.
break
So
it
it's like,
down,
what's real? You feel me? Everything is real to you from your view of the elephant. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's the fight
that's a very low way of thinking though. If everything is real to you from your point of perspective, right, then you're not living in a world where you're not noticing fact. Like you're not noticing that it's all an illusion. Like, so you really thinking that it's real? Like, come on, we just said it's all an illusion, but you said from your
But that's
perspective
what we
it's
dealing
real.
with though.
But why can't we vibe higher than that? Who
We
says we
can.
have to?
It's certain people. See, that's your view of the elephant. You get what I'm saying?
It's not I'm trying to be on top of the elephant looking down on all sides of the view.
Right.
I'm not trying to be on this side of the elephant telling this person what to do. I'm not trying to be on that side of the elephant telling that person what to do. My way is right, this way. I'm trying to be on top of the elephant looking down saying, oh, okay, observing. Okay. This what y'all doing over there? Oh, okay. This what y'all doing over there? Well, maybe if you all do this together, then we could make something of this. But
And that's what I'm
us
saying.
over here saying you this, you that, you this, you that, you this, we ain't getting nowhere. We're just pointing fingers. You leftovers.
Right.
Why does it make you feel good to say that a category of women is leftovers? What makes you feel good about you? Does that make you feel good about yourself?
But that's what I be saying too. Is like what makes it? Why would you care?
Why would I care?
No,
I'm a woman.
I'm just
a woman. No.
generally speaking
No.
and shit.
Seriously, I'm
We
a woman. So
representatives.
definitely, but I'm a woman. Like I'm all about. I'm not one of those women that's going to sit up there and like I have. So we're not going to sit there and like gossip and all that. We gossip and all that, but I am all about women empowerment. Like that's something that's very big for me. I have a whole bunch of women in my family. I'm all about women empowerment. So me seeing the next woman knocked down doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't make me, even if I know that it's right, even if I know like, yeah, we all leftovers out here. You get what I'm saying? Even if I do know that some women are leftovers, that don't make me feel no better to point that out.
Right.
Like, if that's her struggle, then that's her struggle. If that's their struggle, then that's their struggle. Why you want to point it out? They going through it in their everyday life anyway, so why you got to be the one to point it out? We always want to be so judgmental, point fingers, you this, that, and the third. That's why we can never come together as black people, because we like,
As a
you
people,
this,
period.
you that, you this, you're that. As a people, period. Like, seriously, not even just black people. I just always come back to the black community because I'm in the community. I like being in the community. I like talking about these type of things amongst us. But yeah, I just feel like it's kind of pointless to point at each other like that and call out each other like that. Like, I would agree with it had we had a women empowerment event and we talked about those type of things. You get what I'm saying? So like, us women, we came together and we talked about it amongst us. Yeah, let's talk about it amongst us. That's like us when everything was going on with George Floyd and everything. We like, we hear what y'all saying, but this is not y'all conversation for real, for real. A lot of people that was not non-people of color. Right. When that went down, we like, this not your conversation for real. It for me, it kind of comes in terms of that. Like, women, we need to start coming together and working on ourselves together. Men, y'all need to come together in y'all space and start working on yourselves, and then maybe we can come together. Because us just sitting here pointing fingers at each other, you a playboy, you a city girl, you a leftover, you a future. I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah. And so that's what I was meaning like earlier by saying that it's like gay people responding to everything. It's like women responding to everything. It's like, men responding to everything. It's like we programmed to do so. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what happened? All right. Yeah, a lot of things in this world is based off like pre-person's ideologies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm not even fighting over something that I ain't come up with. You get what I'm saying? Like how I'm a man and come from like all of this stuff that was available. You get me? Most people like. I look at my father and I seen what a man is. You get me? Mm-hmm. I looked at my big brothers and I seen what a men was. Mm-hmm. But then, like, when you break it all down, was they men? or was they responders? Mm. Especially black men, because we responded on defense all our lives. Get what I'm saying? So like, what you perceive, you know what I mean? Because one man could be like, you did everything the police told you to. You a pussy. You a bitch. Like, but I'm a man. I'm gonna make it back home to my family. I ain't got. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like be brolic and that's your man. Mm-hmm. But then like a man that don't respond to, and he understands his behaviors. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, mm-hmm. like you looking at your people growing up, and you like this. We miseducated all around. You get what I'm saying? So like, if it don't come out of you, I don't get like where, like for you to take it and then make it like, you get me? Cause mm-hmm. like when it come down to religion, like I taught you to believe. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like I naturally came out. I'm like mm-hmm. God. Like no, my kids 4 and 5. They don't even. think about that. Like, they ain't even think about how they got here. Like, they just here and they try to have fun.
We program
like,
and teach that to them, right?
You know what I'm saying? They just want to have fun. You feel me? I believe some of the stuff is like accurate though. Like, I was told like children are our rebirth. You know what I'm saying? So like, not in the sense that people do it like, you know, I ain't get the bubble, so I'm gonna use my kids the bubble. Like, nah, not that rebirth. You get what I'm saying? But like, how to relive. Always a reminder that, yo, this is what freedom is. You know what I mean? We get distracted along our journey in this life, you get me, by other people's ideologies.
We don't get distracted. We get programmed.
Yeah.
It's a real lot. People don't understand that. That program is so real. Indoctrination, socialization, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Like, it is real. And when you look around at it, and it's funny that you said that because I think for females it's the same thing. You know how we say, like, we look to our moms and our grandmoms and stuff like that for ideas of how to be a woman. But if you look at society, like, society done stamped femininity out for real. So, like, it's really hard for a woman to just be a soft woman nowadays. Like, you don't have too much. Everybody, a lot of guys be like, a lot of y'all women too hard. Y'all too masculine. But the way it has gone over years is that society has stamped femininity out to where as though a lot of us just living in our masculinity now. Like, so for me personally, I think that we both have, as human beings, we all have feminine and masculine in us regardless of gender. So for me personally, I think that a lot of women are living in that masculine because that's how our women before us were. And that's how they had to be. So just like you said, a lot of men are responders. They are on the defense a lot. That's how they had to be. And I think that is a lot for women too. So like you said, deprogramming ourselves is very, very important. Like, okay, I think it comes to a point where you just have to realize, like, I have to just totally wipe everything that I learned, like everything that they done taught me in schools for real. All the religion, like even the food that we eat, like everything. We literally have to reprogram ourselves. And we look at our children. I know I look at my two boys and I'm like, whew, they teach me a lot. You know, just a lot of the stuff that comes out their mouth sometimes. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish that I could be a kid again just so that I can have that state of mind and just like not even have to think about these adult-like things and just to be in that state of mind. So, but I watch it. I watch it as they grow up, like as people try to program these thoughts into their head. And I'm like, nope. I don't teach that to my son. Like, do not teach that to him because I don't want him growing up thinking that way. So yeah, we have to deprogram ourselves, and we also have to watch out who we having children with. You know, that's a big thing because if you over here trying to deprogram yourself and trying to rewrite history and break generational traumas,
Right.
you also got to think about what that partner, what that co-parent is doing, you know, with your children as well. So let's just bring that into the conversation. Just be careful who we laying down with, ladies.
Yeah.
That's all. And men.
But that's going to be the strength when we talk about the sex education, because that's a part of all of that.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And I think my ability and skill is to connect things. I love to connect things. You know what I mean? Like hood, streets, and then like suburbs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in all these walks of life, so it's like I'm kind of like the middle person that can do it. You get what I'm saying? And like, you know, when it come down to it though, you know, I want to just add on to what you were saying about the femininity and masculinity, right? And just like with, you know, kids is our rebirth, like universal, it's like, it's happening because we need to know and understand each side. You get me? So like people out here looking at it like, oh no, like it's in the food, it's in this and that, and it's turning our masculine men feminine and all of this stuff, right? And that can have some truth to it. But for real, the overall, it's like women had this position for this long and adored whatever that came with it, right? Now it's reversing. Now men are experiencing all of those things that the women said they was going through, that we didn't understand and grasp. Obviously, because we ain't do too much about it. You know what I'm saying? We let y'all go through it when y'all was going through it. We added on to the trauma or whatever to it. You know what I mean? To make it whatever. So now when it reverse, it's a little more stank on it. Like women is more like revengeful for it instead of like, you know what I mean, embraceful for it, and then it being like as it should be received as an understanding. And the understanding is peace. You get what I'm saying? So once we understand these things, we can be at peace. I'm not a bitch now or a nut because I feel the emotion that you once felt as a female. Now, but I'm a man. You get me? But I recognize it. Now look at it. Statistically, they just went over the numbers. Black men is the most high of a male rate that's in their child life now. Facts.
I know that's
like,
right.
Facts. You
That's
feel what I'm saying?
though.
Like
I love
more
that.
men want to be more. It's crazy, right? Right? Because like women could be out working and doing all this shit now, and the men gotta be at the house with the kids. They more house with like what you once called women housewives.
Housewives, yeah, they house husbands.
You know what I mean? Now we that. You feel what I'm saying? And acceptance, embrace it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's all life. You feel me? You can't go your whole life getting everything you want. You feel me? So 25 of your upbringing or however long it was like this. You experienced it like this. You get me? Now it's time to experience it like this. And that's cycle of life. 'Cause life is made of cycles. You get what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be like our parents grew up. We got the same life as them. We telling the same stories. Like the world evolved, but humanity hasn't evolved. Like what the is you get what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I say distractions, because like we distracted from the real like life. You get what I'm saying? So, but then we went out on the rest in peace, Kevin said. We forgot my nigga. That man. No, but women was. I be seeing women treat my man on the joint. I'm like, damn, like I get it, but like you still don't want that type of. But then, what I'm gonna say to women is this, right? You feel that way, and those emotions can lead you, right? But you don't want to like lead yourself in the position where it was right. You get what I'm saying? Because now, all right, that man died, whatever. Now you go to hooting and celebrate. Then you kind of like are what he was talking about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that. But so we gotta be careful when we do them type of things. And some people call it karma or whatever, but it's like, you know what I mean? The young lady, she woke up next to him. You know what I mean? And discovered.
A young lady woke up next to him?
Yeah, they had like, what it reads is they had like a one night stand. The young lady saying it wasn't going to be no one night stand. That's not what but she a grown woman and she like, I'm a nurse. I get money, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's like people that, you know, want to get their likes up and shares up, just be talking.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I really listen to the young. I think she honorable and she like what she's saying got value in it. You get me? But then you don't even think about it. Like, nobody, like, damn, we'll go check on Shorty. Like, could you imagine waking up next to her there?
Like, what was
he
his
had a
cause
heart
of
attack.
death? Okay.
Well, we're going to wait until it the autopsy.
Yeah.
But from whatever, from
Always
the rip,
so
it was
confused
like,
about these deaths that happen in Hollywood. Like I am that conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to know all of the details. A one night stand. Who was this person that you were with? Are they connected?
Right.
Listen, I'm very into astrology. My Scorpio is in, my Lilith is in Scorpio. I like occult knowledge, very hidden knowledge. I like looking up stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for Hollywood, for me, it's just a code to be uncracked. And I don't know, just anytime somebody dies in Hollywood, I'm just automatically giving it the side eye, like, what y'all got going on over there?
You talking about people that love and study like magic and sorcery and
Yes,
stuff.
I'm really
So you
into
can't-
it. Yes, I'm
You
so
feel me?
into it. Like,
So-
it's a whole
so-
different side of the world that we just don't talk about.
and that's one of the things that they utilize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they always do this while they doing this.
And we sit there at the bottom where they sprinkling out like the little
Yeah.
things. Like we sit there at the bottom eating it up. Like
You know
while they
what
got
I'm saying?
all of everything up here, just like no.
Especially now, because like once it's on the net, it's like it's truth. And it don't have like no chance of like being anything else. It's so
Once they
weird.
post it on the Shade Room, it is facts.
Right.
He died like this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then it's like you don't even care when it's found out that it wasn't true. People just go on like, I don't know. We got some stuff against us. You know what I mean? But shit, Smith, ooh.
I know we running out of time. But
That was like,
let's jump around.
Yeah.
you supposed to kept us in, you know what I mean? You supposed to be like, whoa.
Conversation, but
It was a good one.
yeah.
Long as you say it was a good one. What do we got next?
We just want to do this next one on the underground. We're gonna move to rap. The rap, we could talk about sex trafficking.
You said you
rap.
skipping everything on the underground. That was a unilateral decision.
We can talk about it. We can talk about the Dave Chappelle attack if y'all want to talk about it.
Nah.
Let's make it light because we haven't gone into some deep
Right. Because we do want to get to the sex trafficking and the tips and all of that, right?
Okay, yeah.
So Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage. He kept it professional. He kept going. And I'm like Siri, because it was like, I still think the Will Smith shit was set up. Like, we talking about Hollywood. Like, it be hard to believe a lot of shit, even when it's in your face, because it's like, bro, these niggas is magicians, man. Like, they don't. It's like they learn the craft. Once you get to that side, you learn how to do it. So Kevin Hart, everybody, they know how to do this shit. They are entertainers for a reason. You feel me? Once you go from the hood and you leave, it's like they get you to sign some shit, and like now you become
like, come on, like we all think that Will can't, as good of an actor as he is, you think that he can't slap Chris Rock and make us
You
think
feel
that
me?
he did. Like, come on. That was definitely.
He stood there and waited for it. Like, who the fuck stand there and wait for? Like, you thought he was gonna come shake your hand for giving out a joke? Like, what you thought was gonna happen? You get what I'm saying? So then once it's like, and the way he did it was like, you get what I'm saying? So now that's a thumbnail. If you think about, that's a good ass thumbnail for YouTube. I see that everywhere on everything now. It's like this, like it was supposed to be snapped. Like, come on, that be too. Come on, where you know life to be like that? You get what I'm saying? Like
When everything is a stage.
Come on, when niggas smack the shit, bro. I see niggas get smacked, bro. This shit, that's not how you react, or that's not how it go down. You feel me? Like, he went to go do this, and he went. And that's the picture you get, right? You ain't even really like see for real, like. And then he an actor. You gotta think about it. Like when you walking in the camera, once you get there, angle yourself. So if you would have seen it from the back, it probably look different. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But look at how it look. It's like. and only the camera catch Will, and then the response of Chris Rock. You get what I'm saying? So, come on, man. I work in film. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? And then the Dave Chappelle was just like, the boy was running out. That shit was whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something about it?
I
I'm
do
done
not
with it.
know anything about the Dave Chappelle incident. I don't really follow. I cut out the Shade Room, y'all. I unfollowed Shade
Brilliant,
Room.
because you don't need to see none of that shit anyway. But yeah, man, Tech Dave, it was transgender man. You know, they got beef, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because Dave Chappelle. And the way people say it is like Dave Chappelle get to say anything and he just cool. Like anybody else say that I'm like, all right, that's weird.
Wow. Wait,
You know
so
what
they
I'm
done
saying?
they done put him up against a transgender. So the transgender community
he
coming
put
in.
himself there because of what he. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like when a person say the truth is like, if you can't deal with it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But don't like, cause he's saying stuff like that's real. If I tell you like, yo, yeah, you're a human being, don't be bothered by like what all these other people, but I say it in a joking manner and shit, right? You ever see those people that like you might say something about their mom, but just cause you said mom, their response is like,
Over the top.
I think it's called environmental response,
Okay.
right? Because like mom, the response is what? Fight
talking
or
about mom,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's where we from, right? So it's environmental response. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody say, you ain't even hear the rest of the sentence. You just responding to mom because that's how you program to respond. You know what I'm saying? So I saying the same thing. Like people hear certain things and just respond to that. They ain't even think about it. I'm like, I ain't even saying nothing wrong. I'm listening. I'm like, you're not saying nothing wrong. You get me? And that's how I felt with Kevin Samuels. Is like, if you really listening, like he not saying nothing wrong. You feel me? You might feel some type of way about it because that's how it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like listen. A woman that has sex with whatever amount of men.
Sexually liberated.
Now women could be in a huddle and they say, "Bitch, you a hoe," and she laugh. Man say it come with a different stink, a different definition, different title, different meaning, the whole shebang. You feel what I'm saying? You know, women.
I guess I can see where you're coming from, but also those women that are saying like you are a hoe, those are the same ones that are also programmed too, because you're programmed to believe this. Like this is what you're programmed to believe. If it wasn't put into your mind that having a lot of sexual partners as a woman make you a hoe, then you wouldn't necessarily believe that. That's what we were socially conditioned to believe.
Would you feel it?
Huh?
Would you feel it?
I don't know. If I wasn't taught it, how would I know? How would it be? How could it be offensive to me if that wasn't taught to me? I don't know. I don't know.
You get what I'm asking?
I get what you're saying, but also
no, I'm asking you.
Wait,
what am I asking you?
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you, like, all right, you might not like if you never heard of like 10 sex partners in a week is bad, whatever. I'm saying you might have not heard of that, thought of that, whatever, but do you feel that? Like if I fuck 10 bitches, I'm not going to feel like unless they back to back to back. Now, a man fuck a woman back to back to back, it can't happen because we could need time to rejuvenate our shit and all of that. You get what I'm saying? So a woman getting sex back to back to back, you might not know like, oh, this is some bad shit, but you'll feel that shit. Or would you?
But what if this is a life that you What if this is a life that you came from? What if?
What you mean?
What if? Yeah, because what if this is the life that you came from? What if sex work is the life that your mom was into?
Okay.
What if sex work was the life
So you
that your
saying
aunt was into?
So you saying the pain would be normalized? And
It's
you wouldn't
normalized.
recognize
Like a lot of pain is
that-
normalized. Yeah. Like so, or what if you think that this is just okay? This is just a life that you are supposed to live. Or what if you had to do it to make ends meet? What if you had to do it because you had nowhere to go? So there's
Right.
like a lot of stipulations around it. Like we like to think it's all black and white. Like if you having sex with this many partners, you a hoe. You know what I mean? But why does it make you feel better to call somebody a hoe because they had a lot of partners?
But that's what I mean. X all that out. I don't fuck them terminologies and all that. I'm just talking about a woman and zero anything. If she experienced that in her life, not that the thought of be a thing, but I'm saying like, wouldn't you feel that? Like, you wouldn't feel.
If I had
Nothing?
no sex partners and I saw somebody that was having multiple sex partners, yeah, I would think that's something different from me. But I don't have to be programmed to say, oh, she's a hoe. Or, oh, she's just sexually promiscuous. If that's her life, that's her life. If that's what she choose to do, then that's what she choose to do.
That's what I'm saying. I understand that. But what I'm trying to get to is eliminating that thinking, that talk.
That talk.
I'm
Eliminating the
just
talk,
talking
right?
about a woman with a vagina, utilizing it multiple times within a
She's
short
sexually
amount of period. That's cool. But does it affect her body?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. So
Definitely.
if she fuck Monday, Tuesday, should she skip hump day? No pun intended.
that was corny. Though.
No pun intended. That was like a freestyle. I didn't even know that was coming. But Monday, Tuesday, she skipped Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or something. Because she might need a break in between these. And that's where I come from with the conversation. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you a hoe because you sleep with 20. I'm more worried about your body.
Yeah.
And
Let's
the
break
use
that down.
of that.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's break that down. Definitely. Your body is a temple. Anything, females, anything that's going inside of you. Like, first of all, I'm very big on, even if you messing with somebody that has low vibrations, like, it don't even have to be multiple partners. If you messing around with somebody that's messing around with multiple partners or got somebody else, either one other person who's low vibing for real,
Right.
all those energies coming into you.
Exactly.
So I'm very, very adamant on taking care of yourself. If that's what you choose to do, hit me up for some yoni herbs. Steam. Get that vajacial. Steam it out. Like between partners, make sure that you're steaming. Make sure that you're getting all those extra energies out of you. But yeah, definitely, it's all about sexual hygiene, and that's something that you talked about for another episode. And I think that would be good, like sexual hygiene, definitely.
Absolutely. And that's the point that I was just trying to get to, you know what I mean? Because, like, if we understand it from that perspective, then the whole shit ain't important. You get what I'm saying?
It is if y'all going around just calling people hoes, just
that's
to,
not
like,
important.
it's a terminology now. It done became popularized. So everything is a hoe now. Like, it's in the music now. So, like, of course, those types of terms are going to be offensive, right? But if we are approaching first of all, let's just let us women approach this conversation with other women, because I feel like guys shouldn't even, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't have a seat in this conversation for real, but I just think that that's something that we need to take up upon us, because it could be a very touchy subject, very combative subject. You might not want to go up to no woman and say, hey, and not even just calling her a hoe, letting her know that multiple partners is not really good for her. I'm not sure if that's what you want to go up to her and tell. Let us women handle this. We handle this with care. We're not going to call her a hoe. Well, us sensitive women, feminine women that are not living in their masculinity, we don't feel the need to call other women hoes because they have multiple sex partners. We don't feel the need to do that.
But you obviously know that's happening.
No, it's not that's happening. Like, why you say that's happening? Why do you say that's happening? Yes, I feel like
when I hear you talk about like getting women together and I
for
think
spiritual,
about women, I'm like,
rumble.
All
like
right.
that.
You think
Well, it
that'd be a
don't
better
have to be that
conversation?
way, though. We always think like that, but why does it have to be that way? We don't have to say,
I pray
like,
it's not that way.
so listen, I'm saying like this. We get some high vibing women, okay, women that's vibing highly, that can come across, that can come to the table and have conversations like this. We're not talking about the ones that still plugged into the matrix that are still plugged into the matrix, that they don't really care about spiritual hygiene, mental hygiene, physical hygiene, those type of people. The ones that don't think about that, the ones that's constantly, I ain't even going to throw out that again, but the ones that's constantly on social media all day, don't give a rat's ass for real. Can I say that? Okay. Don't give a rat's ass for real. Like, I'm not talking about them. We'll lift them up when it's time for them to be lifted up, okay? For right now, we talk about, let's get us high vibing women together. Let's talk about it, and let's talk about how we going to outreach to these other women. Because I work with a lot of sex workers before, so, and I heard a lot of their stories. So yeah, we can go around calling people hoes, this, that, and a third, but I've heard stories. So a lot of them was grown into this life, or circumstances made it happen like this. So it's not like they don't have that, like they don't want help, or they don't want somebody to help them get back up on their feet, but they got society looking at them like, you a hoe.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, like, that's also programming too, for you to, like I say, environmental response. You know what I mean? I call you a hoe, what's your response? You get what I'm saying?
Well,
so
we're living on the earth. You can't expect to throw out those type of
you gotta think about who
and,
ideology was it for it to exist.
but it does exist now, and it does exist in this, like you said,
So
it's facts, it's in the
on-
world.
So it's important on what we respond to.
Yeah, and you're
Motherfuckers
always going to
like,
get a
yo,
response from that.
I'm almost half my life, 40. I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it'd be crazy if I'm in the hood, nigga, like, yeah, but bro, you getting ignored if I know you. Cause I'm just not I'm like in a different space in my life. I'm not responding to that. You get what I'm saying? And I understand, like, you know, the way I think is just my thinking. That's why I say my view of the elephant. You know what I mean? But it's beautiful because we all got our view of the elephant, and we supposed to share them. Like you said, you know what I mean? We supposed to share all our. Oh, you see polka dots, I see stripes. Let's share more on how we can connect on that. But the programming is for us to disconnect. So for whatever I see, you know what I mean? Yours gotta look better or like more, you know what I'm saying? It's like
No. I just think that in certain spaces, a lot of things, we're going to be seriously real about this. A lot of us, women and men, we have experienced a lot of trauma on this earth, and we don't want to address that. Coming up from childhood, relationships, everything, we would much rather not address that. So what I'm saying is that these are very sensitive topics. So I think that some things for women should be left to us, for us to handle, and y'all handle y'all side, and then we can come together. Otherwise, we just constantly, you this, you that, you this, you that. And that's what I get a lot of, like, you a hoe, you a fuck boy, like, you this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole bunch of finger pointing. Yeah. But then you got some people that's on a little bit up on the elephant that's like, okay, I see exactly what's going on down there. You are a hoe. You are a fuck boy. But how are we going to adjust this? Like, how are we going to bring this together? You get what I'm saying? How are we going to make the relationships better between us?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what we've been presented with, right? And now the response is us defending it.
No, we're not defending it. We're not defending it. We're noticing how sensitive of a topic it is, and we're saying, let's not address it in that sense.
But that's
let's go about it in a trauma-informed way.
You'll
because this is trauma-based.
No, but you'll rather address something that's not even real.
What are we addressing that's not real?
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, it's like the person who put it out, it's like they put it out there and they dicked it, and now we scrapping and fighting over it. That's what I mean.
So you're
You
talking
get
about like
what
the
I'm saying?
terminology
Like,
of hoe, or are you just saying like
everything, all of these definitions. It's like
Mm-hmm.
people just put them out there, put it in the pot for us to like go
Mm-hmm.
at it. It's the same thing. You feel me? Like you be on the block talking about who better as a rapper, Jay-Z, and
Mm-hmm.
who put that there? Who put that narrative there for you to like? Because the people on the block is the only ones battling about it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying women that talk about those things is the only people that's battling about it. Like the world not real concerned with that type of thing. Because you get what I'm saying?
Well, the
We
world
talking
is
about
concerned about
the
it.
puppet masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who how you say it?
Psychologically.
Put stuff out this joint, you feel me?
Mm.
But that's what I'll be worried about. I'm concerned about us taking stuff and just fighting about it. And we didn't
Well,
create
right.
it.
You
Why
right.
are we fighting over something we ain't create?
You're right, but at this
feel
point,
me?
it has become a creation, because although they put it out there for us, this is what we running with. This is what we have in the forefront of music. This is what we have in the forefront of everything. So yeah, I get what you're saying about, you vibing high. It sounds like you vibing high. You like, I don't care about them labels that nobody really put on me because I'm not taking them. And I get it. I like that, right? We shouldn't take the labels that they give us. That's not something, but we're also noticing that it's a pattern that's coming around. Like it's Freaknik and City Girls and, you know what I mean? And Future and, so we're not going to sit here and act like the persona is not there, like these types of trends. And that's why they're able to gain so much traction, because it's a lot of that going on in the hood, like for real. Even though we don't really want to talk about it, the puppet masters, they come out and they put it out there for us to fight over, because they drop it like, oh, this is a problem. We know this is a problem in their community. Boom, let's drop this. And we fight over it, right? Instead of saying, like I'm saying, taking the high vibing ones that's not really worried about those labels and that's not really into that mix, that's not really fighting over those scraps, that's not really fighting over those labels. We take that and we go to the ones that are fighting over it. Like, listen, it's some truth to this.
Right.
What do we need to do to help us from out of this? You get what I'm saying? I'm not taken away from anything that you said, because I really do agree, but I also agree that there's some truth there. Mm-hmm. We do got a lot of that. Why do you think our young girls are growing up so promiscuous these days? Sex is everywhere, like you said. Even with our young men, sex is everywhere. Everywhere that you turn, it's literally all in music. We used to have to watch BET late night to see all of the big butts and all this, that, and the third, and Nelly swiping the credit cards down, Now you could just turn on it and see it anywhere. Mm-hmm. YouTube, everything. It's all right there for you. So, like, it is a problem in our community. It's just that when they drop I think so. Definitely. I think so. I'm not even going to sit there and lie to you about it. I do think so.
Yeah.
I used to be a dance coach for a group of girls in my area. And if I were to ever put my favorite artist in front of them, they would look at them like, who is that? She look weird. Like, who is that? Give them a Nicki Minaj with her butt tooted up in the air. Oh, they know every one of her lyrics. But you give her an India Arie song telling you how worthless, how priceless you are. You are a diamond. You're brilliant. You're this, that, and the third. And they looking at you like, what kind of music is this?
Right.
So it is a problem. I know it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't want to address it. We just much rather look past it.
Right. But in nonprofit work, you always got like, people that see a problem and want to come up with a solution. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful, you know what I mean? Most times it's from the heart, but most times they programmed to do so. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And then out of guilt, you can start programs because you know what you did or what your people did or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So you feel that. But it's like, what I learned when I was doing the work was like we'd be stressing, trying to figure out like how to bring this to the streets in the hood and change our brothers and bring our sisters along. And it's like, man, like, should we even be doing? You get what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker could just go on and live your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Easy.
but then you like, nah, like I gotta help my people. But then you like, yo, people don't want to get help, cause you feel me? Like they'll rather accept, like in Nicki Minaj and the whatever. But what's beautiful about that also is like, it could be a facade to be like the butt and all that, but really like. Because I talk about the things that people don't say, right? And the things that people don't say is like the most admiring, right? Because like Nikki really, outside of that, she good people, you feel me? And like, you know, she was manipulated. You get what I'm saying? Because before her stardom, you look at those pictures versus the after pictures, you're like, these two different people. You get what I'm saying? Like, so, but she understands, and I think she's starting to understand it more. It's painful because it's like that type of thing you can't just reverse. You can't just like take that off. You know what I mean? So now you gotta go with the
Michelle
act.
said it too.
You feel me? Now you gotta go with the act, even though your mind, body, soul feels something different because you already betrayed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like betrayal.
Gotcha.
I say betrayal because like naturally you wasn't supposed to do that. Like so that's like.
Okay.
You went against like your
Whole natural existence.
You know what I mean? So now your body and like everything else around you letting you know that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing you said about eating and all of that. Your body gonna let you know if that's the wrong thing that you did. You get what I'm saying? So even without parenting, as humans, we seekers. We naturally gonna seek. You feel what I'm saying? I can't keep getting hit by this table if I'm a kid without me recognizing like I better duck next time or go low. I don't need a parent
To keep telling you that.
You get what I'm saying? So when Yoshi, one of these Indian gurus, once said like, you don't raise children, like you raise cattle. You know what I'm saying? And he like, no, you cultivate children. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we've been programmed to like duplicate ourselves with our children. You get what I'm saying? So now it's another little nigga you. You wasn't good for the world back then. Why would you want to duplicate? You get what I'm saying? So we want to cultivate our children beyond what we experienced in life, but that is for them. That is their journey. You get what I'm saying? So, and they'll let you know, and don't get caught up thinking that, that you just got in this world. No, man. The way this world set up through resurrection. I'm not good with these words though. Resurrection. You get what I'm saying? It's like for me, how I think. We only one person. Okay. Each person is only one person.
Okay.
So your father, his father, that father, all the way back to y'all. You know what I mean?
So what happens when you and your father and grandfather are here on Earth together?
Y'all all the same.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
That's an interesting theory.
Because we come from a cell. Our body's made of cells. So what this world is a memory of somebody's system. I forget the word I'm trying to look for, but system, you know what I'm saying? So like our cells in us got memory in it. And not like I remember yesterday, but like memory, like these foam beds now where you can lay in it and it memorizes your body. That's what memory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Akashic records,
right? So like your mom and dad, the memory of created you. So that self remembers your dad knows or your mom forehead,
Mm-hmm.
or your grandmom, or your great who you never even met, but people keep telling you you look like them. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You never even met him. You know
Yeah.
where the world we come from. I don't look like that nigga. How I look like that nigga. I ain't never meet the. You get what I'm saying? So, but memory serves it way better than us. You get what I'm saying? Because you are exactly, and you go through different memory joints. Like my kids when they first came out, right? They was like, "Hey, you look like your mom." Now they 4 and 5. Hey, who they keep saying? Oh, you look just like your dad's now. You get what I'm saying? So throughout that like evolving of human beings, you're gonna see different memories come about. And like, you know what I mean? I like, look at my feet. I'm like, damn, Unc, I got your feet. Fuck. You get what I'm saying? Like now I got my uncle feet. You feel me? I might got my cousin ways. All different things. You know what I'm saying? All in each individual person. You get me? But that's what a family line is like. Everybody in that family probably got like similar memory within that. I'm going on and on, ain't it? It's time.
You got 2 minutes left on this camera.
We supposed to have been out of here at 7:30, but my fault. When I get to talking on these type of drinks, I'll be going. Excuse me if I like, you know, over talk, whatever. But anywho. We want to polish up for the next John. This was a lot, I think, right? Even though we ain't get to like, it was good shit, right? You think?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. First day at school.
Yeah. I love the debate. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and you know, it's good to even have it and be able to have it. And then not be like an emotional thing, you know what I mean? Because, like, the last thing I would say, man, I just want our community to be more mature. And I think, like, a lot of stuff you was talking about, like, with maturity, you eliminate it automatically. You get what I'm saying? So,
I
like,
agree.
a lot of stuff we wouldn't even have to deal with if the rites of passage was still in play. You know what I mean? Because when you 13 and you turn 14, you don't do what you did when you was 13.
Pause. I'm sorry. We don't have the rites of passage because we have rites of passage,
True.
but they are horrible
True.
rites of passage
True.
that does not really teach us anything, that does not cultivate mature people. It's just keeping us in this never-ending cycle of immaturity.
Right.
So our rites of passage, we do have them, but we also have to look at who our gatekeepers are. Who are our gatekeepers, and what are they teaching
There
us?
we go. Back to them, right?
Yeah. Okay. So they not just the puppet masters. I'm talking about the gatekeepers, because the puppet masters are not the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are the ones that actually say, okay, you can come into our community. You can do this, that, and the third. You have permission to do this, that, and the third. So the gatekeepers that kind of like sold us out a little bit, we need to be looking at them people like, and looking at the gatekeepers now like, y'all have to do better, or you out of here, and we getting new gatekeepers, and we gonna bring up these real rites of passage and bring up our children the right way.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, not the right way, but a different way than what's going on.
Hell yeah. And on that, we gonna end it, you know what I'm saying? We gonna continue next week. Hopefully we get through it. You know what I'm saying? We might keep a couple topics on the list. We might change them up. You know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? And Josh will be back. We be welcoming I was about to forget your name again.
You better not.
Syria.
It's a country, Syria.
I kept saying it too, like country Syria. But yeah, you know what I mean? And then eventually, you know, she'll bless us with her sister, and then we have a full cast, man, and we'll be so happy.
Y'all
you know
not
what I
ready
mean?
for my sister up in here. We Beyonce and Solange up in here. Y'all shut this place down.
You feel me? But yeah, we'll check y'all next episode, you know what I mean?
UrbanLife.tv, UrbanLife.tv, UrbanLife.
They ain't supposed to be at the podcast. They out shopping. Look at this shit.
TV, up close and personal, live.
Não get out.
Şimdi o şansı we work za get like get it.
He ain't got the ball right now, you feel me? And he go to the rack every time.
Go to the rack. I go to the rack like Kyrie. I spin like this day.
Just tune in when I tell you to. Be ready like Wednesday afternoon. Ooh, life is simple, but life is mental. Where's your mental? Where's your talent and the gift God sent you? Don't be silent, don't be gentle.